All right, all right, all right. Thank you for tuning in to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We have a special treat for you today. We're going to be discussing the world of cheating. So I'm going to bring my guest in now. We're going to play a video for y'all, and then we're going to get into the discussion. So all the way from Austin, Texas, we have our co-host, Dwight Robinson. Special guest, Denise.
Hello.
Special guest, Keyshia. And KingDee. All right, all right, all right. Mikey J is running a little bit late today. He will be tuning in with us as soon as he make it to his house. Right now, y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this gonna be good. So right now, what we're gonna do before we get into the discussion, we're gonna go ahead and play a video that actually got me and Mr. Dwight thinking about the subject at hand today. So here we go.
Okay, I think girls cheat more, and I think it's worse when a girl cheats because, okay, when a guy cheats, he's just having sex. That's all it is, okay? You know, guys are horny 24/7. They are made to mate. So when he cheats, it's literally one thing leads to another. They smash, boom, he never talks to her again, done and over with, right? Not for a girl. Girls are not horny 24/7. So when a girl cheats, most of the time, she's going to talk to a guy for a few weeks, okay? She's going to link up with him a few times, and then she's going to cheat. Is she going to cut him off? No. Why? Because girls get attached after sex. So she can't just cut him off. So not only is she smashing a dude, but she gave her time, her effort, her attention, all to another dude while she had a boyfriend. Is a guy gonna do that? No, because he doesn't care about getting to know the girl. He didn't care to invest in her on an emotional level. Girls invest in another male on an emotional level, which is 10 times worse. It's first degree. It's planned out, and it's...
Oh, I don't feel like it's okay for a woman to act like a man. And that's why I'm able to find a man that wants to take care of me, because he knows that I look at life like that. I think that when a man cheats, I think he's just is enough. But I think it's because Daddy taught me that. But I think when a woman sleeps with another man outside the relationship, that's actually cheating, because it's emotional for women. Women are emotional creatures. Men are animals. So they just... Yeah, they're animals, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they're animals, and so they see a piece of meat, they eat it, and then afterwards they want to go home to their wives. They're thinking about their wives. So I don't think it's the same thing. I don't think this is the same thing as a woman and a man.
Okay, I think girls cheat more, and I think it's worse when a girl cheats.
Because, okay, when a guy cheats, he's just having sex. That's all it is, okay? You know, guys are horny 24/7. They are made...
Real women, real women, real women. I have to applaud that. Like, this is what we've been saying all this time. And it's like, genetically, you guys know this. This is the genetic makeup of our DNA. You understand? I'm not saying that every woman cheats. I'm not saying that every man cheats. I'm not saying that. But what they just said was very accurate, and it's coming from women. Now, shout out to all the real women around the world. If you agree with these women and you want to comment below and say you 100% agree, I'm giving you this clap already. For you to sit there and act like it's not true, I ain't got nothing to say to y'all. This is only to the real people who can admit the problem with most women. Y'all can't admit it. These two that was on this video, it's way more. I could have used way more clips of women that just be honest. It's what it's about, being honest. It's way worse. Yes, it's way worse when y'all do it. Everything they just said was a fact. When you guys get pregnant, you have to carry a baby for 9 months. Men are made how we are for a reason. It's like this in every different species. It's like this with all of them. That's why she used the term and called us animals. I'm not going to jump out there and just say we're animals, but I guess to that extent of nature of us as men being horny and us being here to create, you know what I'm saying? It's pretty It's right there in front of you. That's the reason why we can go out here and have a baby right here, baby right here, baby right here. And every one of these women have to wait 9 months to have the baby. It's a reason why that we're designed that way. But I get it. Most people don't want to accept it, but it's the truth. People are mad and going at each other daily over this. It's a scientific fact that this is how we were made, but they still go at it. And again, like they said, it's worse when a woman goes out and sleeps with someone else because, yes, there's feelings involved. It's planned out. It's not just sex for y'all. For men, for us, yes, it's just sex. A man can go out and just do that and come back home to his wife, come back to his family, and still be a good, honorable man. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. But again, like I said, every man does not cheat. Every woman does not cheat. So, if you're in a relationship, then yes, you consider this wrong to be doing that. Well, if you're married, I'm not going to just say a regular relationship. I'm not going to do that. But I'll say if you're married and you made vows to someone to be with just that one person, then yes, man or woman, you are wrong. But just a regular relationship, whatever, with a woman, you are wrong. Genetically, you're not even, come on. You going out and doing that for what? At this point, you just want to be, I don't know, it's just genetically set up that way, man. Like I said, hey, you do what you do. But I need more real women to step up and be honest about what you just heard these women say. They did not lie. They told the truth. The truth.
Now joining us all the way from New York, Mr. Mikey J. Thank you, Mikey J, for joining us today. Now,
Mikey, what's going on?
Nothing much. Now, looking at this video, I'm going to give y'all my opinion because I follow the truth. And personally, I like his little prank videos. You know, I enjoy it. It's good entertainment. But when it comes down to subject at hand with relationships, I feel like sometimes he's not the truth. He's a little fool because a lot of things he's saying doesn't make sense to me. And that's just my own opinion. You know, one, you talking about, for one, what I'm looking at is that, and I'm going to get your opinion, is that this lady look like she's about in her 20s, meaning that she doesn't have that much wisdom to her yet to be making that type of diagnosis. Two, you know, my thing is that based on this video here, he said real women. If he based what off this 20-some years old lady said as a real woman, he has a lot to learn. Because based on what she said, that is not a real woman. And that's just my opinion. Now, I know me and Mikey J back in the day, we went back and forth about our favorite girl, Miss Owens, because, you know, we both have a disliking to her and her opinions. And so I'm glad to have you here on this subject. Now, I'm going to start with you, Mr. Mikey J. What is your opinion about the young lady and what Mr. LaTruth is saying?
I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I really don't even know where to start. Where should I even start, Bill? I don't know where to start. I'm just, if you can come back to me, I'll get together because where I want to start, I'm not gonna go there yet. I'm gonna build up, but I will say this. You know, he sounds like a dude that's clickbaiting, and when I say clickbaiting, he sounds like the guy that's just, you know, adhering to them females who like that. Maybe trying to get a date. I don't know. But from what that girl was saying, I really agree with what Bella was just saying about it. And just definitely come back to me, please.
I surely will. And hello, Miss Bella, the beautiful Bella.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Good seeing you. Now, we'll go over to, let's say, KingDee. What did you think about the perception that the lady gave and what he is perceiving as her word as being a real woman?
Well,
Now we putting everything on the table today.
Okay.
We gotta-
Well, okay. So I would have to humbly say I kind of, and I always got to go back to my era, and because I'm a lot younger, so I gotta slightly agree with the young lady when she said that women cheat. Women, I just feel like women are emotional cheaters, and men are not. I feel like women, they cheat to find love and find a companion and find a new love. You know, like somebody better than who they're with. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay,
And
so you're saying that you agree with her saying that women is considered cheated. Period. It's worse when a woman does it than when a man does it.
I feel like it's worse when a woman does it because of how the man handles it. A man cannot handle a woman cheating on them. And I feel like it's harder. It's easier for a woman to forgive a man for cheating than the vice versa. I just feel like that.
Okay. Now, Keyshia.
Yes.
I mean, not Keyshia.
Yes.
And your opinion, what you heard on the video with the truth and this young lady, because she says it's worse when a woman cheats.
No, Spicy, that's cool.
Is she freezing up?
I think so.
I don't think that's true.
What?
No. I am. Okay, let me. All right, let me try a different spot. Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's worse. I don't think it's worse when a woman cheats. And what KingDee said that women cheat for emotional reasons. That's not always true. A woman can cheat simply because of what she's looking for. You could be looking for money. Some of them are just gold diggers. So it's not always an emotional standpoint that a woman is looking for. I think it's just if a woman cheats, I think it's the same as if a man cheats. I don't agree with that.
Okay, and Denise?
I would have to say I disagree. I'm sorry. Women are emotional creatures, and we just simply are. And we try to be the monogamous ones that want monogacy, and we say we want it, but we don't. And we do. But when we sleep with a man, we're gonna get emotionally attached. Period. That's what it is. Even if you are a serial cheater, you're gonna be attached to that man. You will. You're gonna be you're gonna be jealous of any woman that with that person. And cheat, it's just a notch on his belt. He can move on to the next real easy. A woman can't do that. Well, we can, but we don't. A lot of times we just don't.
Okay. And the co-host, Dwight, what is your opinion on that?
I believe it go both ways. I mean, a man can catch feelings just as much as a woman catch feelings.
Exactly.
What he was saying in the video it made it seem like it's that men pose this is what they're supposed to do. Go around with different women, spreading their seed and everything, and that's what we made for, which is not. You know, we're not really made for them. We made to be with a woman and multiply with her and raise the children and everything. A lot of these young people today got so confused and mixed up on the woman's emotions, the man's emotion. It's just downright wrong on both sides. People just have different reasons why they do it. But I would agree with Theresa and Keyshia and everybody else that sometimes when you cheat, you're gonna catch some feelings. Some people say, well, I ain't gonna catch some feelings what I'm doing, but if that was the case, then you wouldn't have men getting upset with a woman doing A and B and C, vice versa. So it can go both ways and everything. Cheating is just wrong all around the board with me.
Yeah. Now, do you feel like, based on what she's saying, like he was stressing that, based off of her words, that's what makes a real woman to agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that. No.
Okay, because remember, he's saying that the men, it's their nature. They like animals. It's their nature.
That's definitely false. That's false.
It's a way of getting away from cheating and having an excuse for it. That's what that's all about. This is what I do. Yeah, you know what's in my nature. That's it. So.
Yeah. That's just like trying to get a getaway card. But also, LaTruth, he does have he is married. He does have a Mrs. LaTruth.
Yeah.
So,
I think people did it for clickbait just to see what people, just to give people something to talk about. I agree with Mikey J when he said that, because there's no way a married man is going to have that mindset.
Yeah.
No.
So it why would you even say that?
Yeah, because I mean, she kind of something else when she thought he was cheating. I'm telling you. Yeah, because I mean, it's like, yeah, because it's like, you say the nature. Now, it's one thing to say, okay, it's a man's nature, and it's not a woman's nature, and that she could get emotionally attached. Okay, yes, we are emotional creatures. Yes, we are. But there are men as well who get emotionally attached.
That's true.
Because if that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have some of these men going to step here and want to kill the man that she's with. There's been cases with that.
Exactly.
And the reason why she's with her husband or her man is because he wants to be in that spot, and he feels like the only way he can be with her is to have that other guy out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to look at it, guys. He was, to me, the way he was doing it. Hold on. The way he was trying to put it was, to me, is to bring justification as if it was okay for women to cheat, but it's not okay for women to cheat. That's the wrong answer right there.
It sounds like spicy.
No one should be cheating. Period.
Now we're gonna go to Mikey J. Mikey J, you with us?
Yeah, it sounds like you coming in and out. The reception is kind of choppy.
Okay, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Joe, you can hear me real good?
Yeah.
All right, so basically, my stance on it is this. And this is coming from someone who actually cheated. I was with my wife, who you just saw, for 24 years, and I didn't become a king until my early 30s. A lot of men don't know what that means to be a king and to have a queen. A lot of queens don't comprehend what that means to be a queen. So when you out there cheating, you're cheating for one or few reasons, not just one reason. You're cheating because the one you want to cheat. That's what you want to do. That's human nature. It's not a man thing. It's not a woman thing. It's a human thing that people will step out of their relationships because they want to, not because they have to. Anybody that steps outside of their relationship because they have to should never involve themselves in any relationships because they are weak people. They're weak-minded, they're mentally weak, and they're emotionally weak. And when you're that weak to where you feel you got to step out on your man, or step out on your king or your queen because you're not getting enough attention at home, intimacy at home. She's not going down on you. He's not going down on her. For all the craziest reasons that you can have a conversation before getting into that relationship. Do you like to give fellatio? Or what are your do's? What are your don'ts? Put it all on the table so you can know what you're getting into.
Right.
So you can say yay or nay. We get into relationships as Black American people for one or two reasons. We're attracted to their physical traits, attributes, or there's something that that attracts us to them mentally. It could be the intellect. It could be the conversation. So there's two reasons why we are actually attracted to one another outside of the animal attraction. Animal attraction, yeah, we're physically attracted to one another. But all that eating, that's not a man thing. That's not a woman. That's a human thing. Humans do that. And what that young lady was saying, I'm sorry. I'm talking about like both got me really pissed. But the one who said her father told her that, her father's an idiot. Why would you teach your daughter that if a man ain't taking care of financially or whatever, however she spun it, that's not what. I got 2 daughters, man. I'll never teach my daughters. I've never taught my daughters that a man is supposed to take care of you financially. I taught my daughters, both of them, to be independent, to take care of their responsibilities, and don't depend on a man financially, especially if he is just your boyfriend.
Right.
Your husband is your partner. Your husband is your partner, not your business partner, your life partner. It's anything that attributes to the responsibility of your lives as one unified soul in the household. That's how y'all want to financially break things down. But that's one thing that I will say that us as black people have to stop doing. Let's stop going into relationships like it's a business partnership. A relationship is not a business partnership. It's a relationship. It's something that is meant for us to build off of and love one another, trust one another, honor one another, respect one another. For some reason, all those morals and values went out the door. They went out the window. So to that dude who put them 2 ladies on there, he should be ashamed of himself. As a black man, I can't even call him the king. Because why would you put 2 young ladies who have the same ignorant opinion of being women in America? Those were not women. I just can't wrap my head around what he was trying to do. But I will say this. Shout out to all the true, genuine, stand up black women out there who know what it is to be a true queen, who know the meaning of the true queen, who respects herself, loves herself, and loves the man, the king that she is with.
Exactly. So we could say by him saying that this is genetic for men to do this. To me, that was crazy for him to say. That it made him sound very uneducated to me.
Primal. It sound like you're a caveman.
You're an idiot.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. He probably the type of dude that still think that women should be barefoot and pray in the kitchen. Like that's the type of dude he sound like, you know?
Because if you follow his page, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things that I don't agree with coming on him. I enjoy videos that he do with his wife, or with pranks and everything. But when it comes down to trying to tell people about relationships, he needs to stay away from that. Like, period. Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do, we're going to come back and continue this subject. We're going to go to the commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Good afternoon. This is Johnny from Employed by Nobody, serial entrepreneur, proud black business owner. And so my set apart is a part of my story. It raised me. It runs through my veins. I'm so proud. I'm so inspired. I'm just so happy to see the legacy continuing. And I support Samai Set Apart.
Hello, family. My name is Sishman Rimson. I am the CEO of SMR Security Services. I'm also a regional vice president with Primerica Financial Services. Look, guys, I'm making this video for one reason and one reason only, and that is because I am blessed to be in business in partnership with Samai Set Apart. The owners of that company are my friends, my brother and sister in Christ. Listen, I support Samai Set Apart, and guess what? You should too.
Hello, it's me, Chef Tish. I'm the owner operator of Tish's Homestyle Cooking. I'm always rocking that Samai on y'all daily. I support Samai Set Apart.
My name's Warren G. with the Young Millionaire in Training, financial coaching and financial literacy platform, and I support Samai Set Apart.
Hi, my name is Sierra Parker, and I'm the CEO and founder of Queening in My Purpose nonprofit organization. I'm so proud that my organization is partnered with Samai Set Apart. Thank you guys for being such amazing people. I support Samai Set Apart.
Hey y'all, it's Brother Freddie, Mr. 50, Mr. 5. I'm stepping in from the shoe shop with day one Samai La Familia. And I'm just stepping in to say that myself and the family, we support Somebody Set Apart.
Love you, Uncle Drop.
I'm Donald Mays, and I approve this message.
Okay, that's Mr. Samad Set Apart, located in Ingram Park Mall here in San Antonio, Texas. He originated out of Houston, Texas. He just celebrated his 3rd anniversary with Samad Set Apart. Check him out. I buy a lot of his clothing, very comfortable, very professional looking. Now, let's go to this statement that he made, because I'm like, I don't know, he makes the men seem like they think about making a statement saying they horny 24/7. And even this young lady had said this, and he backed it up. So, man, only y'all can answer that.
All right, I'll take it. Once it say it like this, and I hope this sums it up. Women are just not one species, not no horny. You know, women are as men. It's all human nature. Its own. Some men and women differentiates person to person. So it ain't like, I'm more horny than my girl, or she more horny than me. He's a kid.
Yeah, I hear you. Now, KingDee, being a younger version, what is your opinion on that?
I don't think so. I think women are well. I mean, I understand what Mikey J is saying with the human nature and everything, but I think women that got a little bit more of a horny side than a man. I just feel like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got so many kids. So I'm just
Now, Dwight, what do you think about that?
I believe women are more horny than men are. So I don't know what he's talking about. Because I believe women are more horny. That's a fact. I believe that.
Yeah,
I straight up believe that.
Women are definitely.
Well, I can say after I turn 42,
A certain peak in our life.
Yeah. So, do you believe that good or great sex can actually have a person misconstrue that they're in love with that person and no longer in love with the person they're actually in a relationship with?
Yeah, because it's lust.
Yeah.
It ain't love, it's
Yeah.
lust after that. Especially if they put it down right, and you fall, and all of a sudden you fall in love. It could be the ugliest person in the world, but they know how to do it right. And you all of a sudden in love. No, that's lust.
You in love with what's down there. That's all.
Yeah, it's not this here, this here.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Gotta be careful.
That's it.
That's why, what is that he said?
How they making your
So what?
If someone in 2021 can't tell the difference between lust and love nowadays, I don't know what to me. I do believe love is right, but once you get that love sight, now let's have a conversation. And the first thing that utters out of that person's mouth is out the window. But if people just gotta learn to differentiate lust from love. Just because a man hit the drawers right, don't that mean he loved that box, lady.
Yeah. Now I must direct this towards Mikey J and Dwight because you're the older men. Now, thinking about your youth days and thinking about now as mature men, do you see things differently when it comes down to being in love and actually knowing the difference between making love and just having sex?
Oh yeah, it's a lot different when you're a younger man. You don't see things like you do now since you're older. A lot of young dudes make that mistake. They they feel like how can I say it?
Take it easy, Dwight.
This girl never had, she's the sex is good, and they consider that being love.
Yeah.
Most of them anyway, but get older and mature, you know it's a totally different game. It's totally different. Totally different.
Right. And you, Mikey?
I plead the fifth. I'm only.
Hey, can I say something?
I would say, you know, I'm 42 now. You know, the days, I would say, yeah, I was, you know, doing what I was doing. But as you know, when you're in a relationship, one day your girl gonna wake up and I want you to fuck me. So you have to oblige even that. You know, you can make love all day, but one day your woman's gonna tell you, do me dirty tonight. So
yes, it all depends on what goes in that night. Now, the women. KingDee wanted to say something.
I was gonna say, like, because I started out very young. I started having kids very, very young, and my mama always said, "That's why you're starting to have kids so much, because you just effing. You just all you doing. You just, you know." And as I got older, I'm in my early 20s now. So as I've gotten older, I feel like, you know, it does slow down a little bit.
Yes, you got old.
Wait a minute. Hey, King, how old are your kids?
My oldest is 11.
I thought, yo, listen, I had my first when I was 14. So
no, I wasn't young. I was 16.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
In full transparency, King, what we were doing back, we weren't making love. We were in the box, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Some good, some came out of it, some bad didn't, you know. But
yeah,
you know, when you get certain maturity level and age, it's not even an age thing, honestly speaking, because you got some 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, even 30-year-olds. When you get to a certain maturity level in life, that's you gonna realize why did it take, and excuse me, ladies, why did it take that long for that nut to come compared to the other women that I nutted that fast with or whatever? But you're gonna know the mature. You know the difference.
Yeah, definitely.
Now we have Mr. Reggie Ship. He says salute to y'all, to the panel. Thank you. Also, we have Mrs. Theresa. I'm sorry, Theresa Washington. Thank you for tuning in. Now, I've seen a video, and I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if y'all seen it, where a lady was describing, and I kind of see what she's kind of saying. That there's a difference sometimes when if you don't expect something from somebody or to have anything with them. She said you don't give them a relationship pickle. You give them the moonlit Vienna sausage. So do you?
Hold on. Repeat that because you broke up.
Okay. Sometimes instead of giving the relationship pickle, a man and give just a Vienna sausage moonlit walk, because they complain about a woman being mind blown or having too much of emotions. What do you feel about that statement there? Do you feel like sometimes y'all give that woman too much of what you should be giving in a relationship to get her misconstrued about what you want from her?
That's a good question.
Yes, it is. One of you gonna answer that?
So I didn't really get to hear the question because she now choppy up.
Okay, and do you think sometimes, because you know you got these women, they'll go crazy, they think they're in love because the way the man put it down. Do you think instead of giving the relationship pickle, that a man should, if he don't want nothing with her beyond what they having that night, that he should just issue her a Vienna sausage moonlit walk.
But it's the man's job to make to blow. I feel like we supposed to blow the mind of the person that we
the job
with.
really.
You know what I'm saying? So
was it employment
with them stalkers and stuff. You better you can't do that.
Yeah, but that's true. That's true. But who gonna? I mean, then she gonna go. Men, we have a sense of pride. You know what I'm saying? Well, I feel like that anyway. So if we lay down with somebody and they
no, I think a man gonna put it down regardless of what he's wanting the end result to be.
Yep, because they don't want to be called trash.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I agree with that.
Yeah, so he gonna put it down regardless.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
you won't be the best you ever had.
No Vienna sausage over here.
Yeah, no Vienna
sausage. Kind of ignorant at. And this is what I'm kind of ignorant at. I'm still trying to figure out the pickle and the Vienna sauce shit. I'm still lost.
Different sizes.
The pickle relationship is when you go wrong, you go on the mind, but then when you get into Vienna sausage, that means I'm just gonna give you a taste. But I ain't
you just hunching. You just up there hunching.
I don't want nothing serious with you.
The Vienna sausage pretty much.
Ain't no such thing as a little bit.
Oh nah, yo, I'm sorry, but women, women. For me, I'm sorry. Yo, look, having female friends and having sisters, blood sisters, women, they will talk about you. So you making a big mistake.
You talked about.
That's true.
We're gonna talk
trash.
Women will talk.
We all on the phone telling.
Yeah. Now, do you think there's a possibility that the cheater will leave the relationship to be with the one they cheating with?
Ain't that dumb? Some people do
That's
that.
dumb stuff. Yes, they do.
What would be a good reason for them to leave their relationship with somebody they cheating with?
Stupidity.
Not all the time, though.
I like the stupidity one.
But mainly
because that person is probably going to be promising them a whole lot more, you know. But basically, I think setting them up for the hokey doke, setting them up to making them think that they're going to get something, knowing that that's not what the end result's going to be.
Right.
And they fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
They went for the pickle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a small commercial break, and we're going to come back with this.
Hi, it's your girl, Chef Tish. I am the owner of Tish's Homestyle Cooking. You can reach me for all your catering needs, baking needs at 210-414-7718.
All right. We got some comments here. CC Health says, "Oh, hi, lady. How you doing?" She said, "Yes, and still have a side chick." And then Reggie said, "It's all lust at that point." Yes, I agree with that. I agree. Do y'all?
Yes.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Now, if it did happen where they left, what would be their reason for actually leaving the relationship for the other person, which we did say one of them was stupidity. But what could be another reason?
The other person could be cheating also or neglecting the relationship.
And you think they
think
part was cheating as well?
Yeah, I think so. If you're neglecting a relationship and that person doesn't feel like you really want them, you're not giving them the time that they need or
better opportunity.
Yeah, you leave. All you're doing is keeping doors open and opportunities knocking at it.
This is the CPV.
That's all you're doing.
It's a lot of different reasons. It's a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, you can still. The main one I think is
stability, emotional stability.
Yeah.
1394.
I agree.
Maybe. And supporting
There's so many reasons. We have finances one.
Women, I feel like that when people run into other, cheat, and then they want to be with the person that they just feel like the grass is greener on the other side.
We're
gonna talk about that grass.
And then the person can be feeding them, I can take care of you better, and they're gonna try to badmouth the one you with to try to win you over, and
right.
And this is gonna be like they're gonna fall for it. I feel like, and people be stupid enough to fall for it, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's never.
But I tell you what, I just had someone step in the studio, so we're gonna take a small music break right quick, and we're gonna come right back.
Thank you.
It's true.
I'm sorry that I cheated on me. I'm sorry that I cheated on me. I'm sorry that I took you for
Okay. That is Lala Maria. She's available on all platforms. Cheated on me. My apologies. I had somebody step in the studio. They was burning my ribs in the oven. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, I guess we lost Mikey J again. But now, if they find out the grass wasn't greener, worth grazing, and want to go back, would the person be wrong for not taking them back?
No,
Really not.
Wrong. No.
it's easy on. I mean, sometimes people will take the cheater back.
Yes,
They will do it. They will. That's just real. They will. They truly love them. That person truly loves them. They made a mistake. But if they keep on making beautiful mistakes over and over and over, then that's what go.
But I'm the type of person. Once I get my revenge, then you can come back. Come on, you can go back home. I gotta get my little revenge back.
Oh, you playing titty.
Yeah, because I find it that it's more likely for a woman to take the man back that cheated on her than for a man to take him back. Am I?
See, that's what I was saying earlier. I was saying that earlier. Like it's easier for a
Yes,
man
I think.
a woman to forgive than a man.
Okay, so speaking to the men, because only men can say this, because they know they stand. Why is it that it's harder for y'all to take a woman that cheated on you back, but it's easier for a woman to take you back when you've cheated on her?
I can answer that.
Go
from
right
experience. I can answer that from experience.
Okay.
I'll tell anybody this, and Bella Ray will tell anybody this. Like I said, I've done my dirt.
Yeah, we all have.
And I publicly stated that I would have left me a long time ago. So I was the one who was always, I'll change, I'll do this. I was basically talking out my ass at one point just so no one else would have her.
Right.
So one day I had to realize, do you want the next man to be around your son? Do you want another man to give her what she deserved, needed, and wanted? Or do you want the opportunity to really stop being an asshole and become the king you're supposed to be?
Exactly.
So women, I strongly believe that women are much more forgiving than men when it comes to cheating.
Right.
Men, we hold on to the fact that, and then once, excuse the language, but yeah, what? He's probably hitting it from behind. Well, you was topping him off. Like we thinking the dumbest shit.
Well, women think that too, because I'm gonna say I'm guilty of that part, because I'm like, okay, you probably doing the same thing you did to me, to this woman here, or gotta turn this way, that way. I'm like, that messes with a person's mind. Period.
Yeah, it does. It does, and I agree.
You think at the end of the day, make love to each other? That's something intimate between one another. But then when you think about them doing that to somebody else, you're like, okay, now they're being intimate. That's why I disagree when he had said that the point of the fact that women can get pregnant, they carry the children for 9 months. It messes with a woman's mind as well when their man get another woman pregnant.
I mean, women shouldn't be cheated on, period. Like I said earlier, a man should not be cheating on his woman. Like straight up. And then get mad when she does the same thing. Like, you need to just walk away from one another before it even gets to that point.
Exactly.
Men shouldn't be cheating on women. Women shouldn't be cheating on men. Just live an honorable, respectful life together and just build and grow together. People that grow apart can always be brought back together.
Yeah.
That's true. It's just, and you got to respect each other's space. Give each other time. Be around each other's family. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's so easy to do. Now,
I heard Mikey just said earlier that there are also men that's in their 40s that's immature as well. So at what point and what does it take for the man to say, you know what? I'm done playing those games. It's time for me to be loyal to the one I'm with.
I'm gonna tell you
Well,
some of the things they sick or something's wrong, like they get sick, now they ready to settle down or whatever the case may be, or it can be a lot of reasons why they decide to finally settle down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's old saying, cheaper. So
you know, Spicy, can you repeat that question?
Now, I remember at the beginning, earlier in the show, you mentioned that men, even in their mind of 42 years old, are still immature. So at what point does it to where they say, okay, you know what? I'm done playing this game and I'm ready to settle down and get serious and be loyal to the one that I'm with?
It's honestly, Spicy, and this is me speaking from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
It took me a long time. It took me years, and I mean years. It could take somebody months. It could take somebody weeks. It could take. It all depends on the person. But it's what they call a tipping point. The tipping point, the straw that broke the camel's back.
Okay, it's almost like a breaking point.
Yeah, exactly. And the breaking point for me is when she wasn't playing. Like, yo, like, nigga, I'm out. I'm done. It's a wrap. You're out of here.
It's almost at the point of you're losing everything you have in that person.
I lost her.
Mm.
I lost her.
Mm.
At one point, I lost her, and it was an uphill fighting battle. And even to this day, you know, we're in a great space now, but we are still building. We're still growing. And at the end of the day, I'm not a dude that's not gonna be like I'm this messiah. Nah, man, I was a piece of shit. Like real talk.
And
I'm proud of that. I'm not proud of that.
that.
I am not proud of that. I'm not proud that I took away her happiness when I could have made her happy a long time ago, which I did, and then I messed that up. 2 engagement rings, maybe 3 engagement rings given back. We've been through a lot. You know, me spending $1 million in 30 days and then another $1 million in 2 weeks. We've been through a lot, but I will say this. I am proud and I'm honored that she has given me the opportunity and a chance not to make it up, because you can't make that up, but to be better.
Yes, I love
that.
Now, do you think a cheater deserves a second chance? This is for anyone. And if that person decides to let them back in, what will be the reason for letting them back?
If it depends on the person. I think it's like 5 or 6 of us up here. You may get 5 or 6 different answers, but it depends on the person. You may have a person that say, "Nah, once you cheat on me, it's a wrap." You may have a person say, "You know what? I'll forgive you. You know, just don't do it." It depends on the people. You know, me, I can't get mad if she would have did it to me. I respect someone more if they leave the relationship first before they step out on their spouse or their significant other.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Now, Theresa,
I agree with that.
I see you had something that your mouth was just watering. Like, wait a minute, I can't wait. What you got to say on that subject?
Well, it also depends. It depends on how that person cheated and who that person cheated with.
Yeah, because the cheat with could be family.
Yeah, because you slept with my mama. There's nothing. It's always a wrap. There's nothing. You slept with my sister. It's over. You slept with my brother. It's over. It's a complete wrap.
Yeah. So I agree with that. No, you slept with my sister, my mom. Oh,
Yo, my sister Rosie. You know what's crazy that she say that? My sister Rosie told me a long time ago, right? And I heard this from a few other family members too, my female family members. If you're going to cheat on your girl, make sure the girl you're cheating with looks 100 times better than what you
I always say that because I can. That's gonna be my next question, because the ones that cheated on me, and I know my other girl said that too, that Why when they cheat on us, they get somebody that look worse than us?
Ooh.
It's
Well, probably because it
men
was
are
easy.
stupid. Men are
It's a
stupid.
quick grab.
A quick grab. I like the way
it was a quick one.
That's the way to.
Because that's what was there. I mean, you can't have a 10 and cheat with a 2.
And that's a very great political correct way to say that's a quick nut.
I like
that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. But she's right. I agree with her. She's right, man. She's right. You know, not all us brothers. A lot of men are just in it for the brownie points. You know.
Yeah. I understand that.
The old school.
What I don't like though, say it again.
Old school notch on the bedpost.
You know what I don't like, and I have to say this, and I see a couple of my kings up here. I have to say this, y'all. What I don't like is the fact that a man can sleep with 1,000 women, and he's the man. But if a woman did that, she's a whore.
Yep.
Why is that?
Yep. That's the end of the world.
That's all. Because I know one guy tried to say, "No, I'm a player." I said, "No, you a hoe too." Only because you're different sex doesn't make you have a better title than the next person. It's a female. No, they two hoes. That's what it is.
Yeah, man, that's not cool.
Yeah. Well, men start thinking more along property. They start thinking of everything that was going on and what you were doing. He was hitting it, and they all in their feelings. But when they out top dog, thinking about none of that.
Yeah. What I will say is this. I just hold like if me a woman that's out there doing that's being that promiscuous. Think that's the word. A woman that is that promiscuous, I don't look down on her. I just look at her to be held at a more higher, at a higher regard, because I just expect women to be a little bit more than men. You understand what I'm saying? My mother wasn't that type of woman. So I'm looking at women. Let men do what they do. You just hold your head up.
Yeah, because you catch a lot of, especially if you talk of this generation now, they're more open. You think you're in Germany somewhere because the way this generation is going, they're exposing more of their body more now than respecting it more. And I call it respect because me personally, I respect myself because I feel like my body is for the person that I'm going to be with. It's not for the whole world to see. But now you see them, they walking around in the store like they got like it's shorts, but it look like panties.
Yeah, there's a difference between sexy comes in all shapes, forms, sizes, and colors. But sexy is not just about a physical appearance. Being sexy the conversation could be sexy. Her perfume could be sexy. Like there's just so many ways. And a lot of women, they may have not been cultivated that way. Especially our black women. A lot of them may not have been cultivated. They may not have the culture in the home to know what being sexy is or what sexy is and to differentiate, trashy from classy or whatever. So when a woman is out there with a nice pair of shorts on, some heels, and a nice blouse, and her clutch or her pocketbook, it's how she's wearing it, not what she's wearing it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you find some of these women to where they feel like sexy is, the way they I'm gonna say augmentate their body. My thing is like I think like my grandmother taught me, and because like she says, looks ain't gonna get you nowhere there. It's your mind and your heart, and she said that's what makes you attractive. And I could honestly say like before. I didn't get a lot of inbox messages. I didn't get a lot of attention. But then when I became a published author, it's like all of a sudden, like where were these people coming from? Some men, I'm gonna say the more mature men, they see sexy is within your mind, how you stand, how you walk, how you carry yourself. But if they see a woman that's willingly showing everybody their body, not taking care of the kids, they're not gonna want that woman in their life. That's not what you find sexy. And see, a lot of these women got sexy misconstrued.
That's not taking.
Yeah, sexy isn't the way you look in an outfit. It's not how much breast you have or how big the butt is. That's not all about sexy.
Yeah.
And me, when it comes out of my man attracted my mind, it's the type of intelligence he have, how he speak, how he stand, how he dress. Because I'm gonna tell you, like I told some of these guys, if me being a woman myself, you walk past me with your pants hanging off your butt, you wouldn't have not 1 minute of my day.
Unless he's a construction worker.
You still better pull it up. They make belts.
Get belt.
They make belts.
Hey.
We got some comments here. CC Health said yes and still have a side chick. And Tiffany K, thank you for tuning in. Depends on the person and situation as well as maturity. And I'm pretty sure she was talking about when we were speaking on them coming back into our life as accepting the cheater back. She also says facts. I wanted to kill my ex-husband. Went and got a crackhead. And I mean, bro, really? Yeah, sometimes they do go get something worse than us. And then she said they think that's what men want. She blamed TV. Yeah, I blame TV, and sometimes I do blame sometimes in society some of the men, because whether people want to accept it or not, some of these men, they got these women in positions to where they feel like that's the only way they can get their attention. Well, if I go get a butt, then he'll look at me like that. If I go get big breasts, he'll look at me like that. If I get this curved in, he'll want me. So some of it is the fact that the insecurities of their own body, because men have put them in that situation to where they feel like they gotta augmentate their body in order to get their attention.
But you know what? I'm sorry, Spicy, but you know what though? That's I would say 50% society and 50% self-esteem.
Yeah.
And if your man knows, look, if a man has a woman who has 36, 34, 36, and he's still looking for 36, 34, 36, and he got it at home, he's just ignorant. It's just within his nature to be a cheater. A man can have the best thing at home and still gonna step out and do what he want to do.
Yeah, because you know some of those men that say, I just can't just be with one woman.
Yeah, and I just believe that you got some beautiful women at home with everything that you can ask for, and some men are just gonna do what they want to do regardless. They just, I don't know, it's just like a need they have to fulfill. I think it's a stupid need, but they're not also thinking that they can bring herpes back, AIDS, HIV, or hepatitis. They're not thinking about the repercussions about a woman's reproductive system.
Exactly.
A woman is the bearer and the carrier of STDs. See, we pass them on, but a woman is the carrier. There's a lot of things that men don't think about when they're out here doing what they do.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's right that a man tells his woman, "Hey, yo, go enhance your ass or go enhance your titties because that's what I like." No, you met her that way, you gonna love her that way, or yo, I'm out.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, what is y'all opinion on? And this is for anybody to jump in. Everybody give their opinion. You have a lot of women, they feel like they gotta act like a man now. Meaning that when we say act like a man, we're talking about, okay, they used to do it, so why can't we do it now? Meaning just like treat them like they don't have emotions or treat them just like a piece of meat. What is your perception on that?
I think like you said, TV and society and the way men have treated women over the years have got women thinking like that.
Yeah.
Like, if they don't have to, women shouldn't have to be like that, but most of them are because, most of them, not most of them, I ain't gonna say most of them, but a lot of them are because of what they see on TV, especially reality shows. The reality shows, they do the most on this reality show.
They do too much.
Yeah. And a lot of people, younger generation people watch that kind of stuff because I'm one of them. But I don't treat people like that. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I try to treat people the way I want to be treated, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, God sees all, he hears all. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want nobody to cheat on you, bring you STDs, why would you do somebody else like that?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's
That's
just
just
not
like this
logical.
woman I knew. I knew of her, and I mentioned this before, where he was good to her. He gave her everything. She had no reason to think that he was cheating on her. And the way we found out that he was cheating on her is that she ended up going to the doctor's appointment. I think it was a week later. Found out that she had AIDS.
Oh,
what?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
And she ended up divorcing him. She, believe it or not, she sued him and won, but they both deceased now.
You know,
You gotta be careful what you get into. You think it's something look good, you think it's something clean, and it's not what you think it is, because only because something look good don't mean it's good for you.
I know
Spicy. I'm just gonna piggyback on what he was just saying. Television has really made our people look crazy. Buffoonery, and there's nothing wrong with a strong-willed black woman. A strong, cultivated, cultural black woman. Ain't a damn thing wrong with that. But when you have black women out there preaching, you don't need a man. You don't need a man for nothing. That's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that.
I need one. I'm here. I need one.
and every black woman's experience is different. Just because your man cheated on you for whatever reason doesn't mean her man gonna cheat on her, or maybe whatever problems they had, they fixed. So when you're planting that poison seed, and when you're putting that rhetoric out there, now you're filling the heads of other black women who have the potential to, attract a positive, good black man. And now you're poisoning the well. Black women should not be doing that, man. Oh, you don't need a man for this. You don't need a man for that. Yes, you do. That's why a lot of our youth are out here running around here crazy, because they being told, oh, your father ain't shit, or this and the third, without not knowing what it really is. I think a lot of this stuff needs to stop. Mona Scott is a blame for a lot of this reality TV bull crap that's going on. Atlanta Housewives, all this stuff, man. It just got to stop. Black people are not ratchet and ghetto.
And Tiffany K says, and I blame not having a woman to teach them. I'm going to speak on that too, because I agree with that. They have given up because men play too many games, but you have to have morals and standards despite of. People are not true to each other anymore. I now look at my life like I want to be alone, because nobody's serious about longevity relationships.
Her name is Tiffany?
Yes.
So I say this to Miss Tiffany. Don't allow one person's indiscretions or lack thereof taint your future. Do not allow that. You just give it to God. Whatever that person did to you, it's over. You had your trial, you had your tribulations, you learn from it, and you build from there. You don't allow a man to tear you down. Now that you allow that person to take your power, now you got to take your power back. Now you build yourself up, and you just run with it from there. But most importantly, you got to keep your spirituality and your mentality intact. Do not allow anyone to take your power, especially a man. Don't allow anybody to change your future.
But I feel, But
Spicy, I think a lot of women say that from a place of hurt. I think they make that statement from a place of being hurt, and it just kind of trickles down on, the younger females, because that's what the females that have been hurt are telling them, teaching them, and then women start to question their sexuality, and that's why you have so many women that are now taking on the appearance and the role of a dude. They have been hurt. So I just think it comes from a place of deep hurt, and women not knowing how to deal with that, and like Mikey J saying, and resolve it and take that.
Oh, she's still young. You're only 43 years old. You still got a long life to live. Just because one or two men hurt you, You shouldn't let that stop you.
Well,
One thing I tell women is
She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady. Beautiful.
one thing you shouldn't do is a lot of women make a mistake, go out there searching for somebody, I'm looking for somebody, I'm searching for. Stop looking. Sit yourself down. Take care of yourself. I promise you, a good man will come near you. I don't know how many women I told this to. Stop chasing after these dudes, because a lot of times when you chase these dudes, they're not for you.
She said she's 43. She said she's 43 years old.
Mm-hmm. She young. I mean, come on now. It ain't like you ancient.
Yeah, and you know what too, sis? Like she was saying, and that's why I said take your power back. A lot of women, a lot of good women have been hurt, and they probably didn't have anyone to be in their ear. This is how you handle this. This is how you build off of that. So they probably didn't have that shoulder or that ear, and didn't know how to handle it. But to Tiffany, I'll just say this: I know people who found love and happiness at the age of 60, maybe and some in their 70s. So it's not really about an age thing; it's all about a growth thing, and you got to give it to God and let God bring that person to you. The devil's gonna bring you people too, but you know when God brought you that person.
Yes, when you hurt somebody so much, I mean, cheating period will break you down to the lowest of the low. It'll break the victim down to the point to where they're questioning, what's wrong with me, or it's not easy to build yourself back up. I mean, I understand. A lot of us been in situations where we've been cheated on. I've been cheated on before, and I'm sure a lot of people have, on the panel, and it's hard. It's hard to build yourself back up, especially being a man. You know what I'm saying? Being a man and getting cheated on, your pride is effed off. Your self-esteem is down. We're not gonna show it. You know what I'm saying? But it's there. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with a woman. A woman, her self-esteem, she want to go get her body done. She want to look like the woman. Look, I mean, I ain't trying to be mean or nothing, but look at Faith Evans and look him. Now, look at that's a prime example.
And they look better before. They look way better before.
They look way better before, but she's trying so hard to be
like TV.
Yes. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take another break and we're going to come back with this discussion on the nature of cheating. I present to y'all World Court Records with my lady, Mikey J's lady, Miss Lady Bain and Lady 30.
Ginger, I told you not to be hanging with that DJ kid. He's bad news for you. Ginger, did you hear me?
Candy paint dripping, sitting in the front while you whipping. Baby, I'm in the mood. Player just to ride with you. Show 'em what you're working with. From the dirty south with the grip. Baby, we're riding smooth. Can't nobody f with you. Got me riding dirty in the south. Got me hiding gangsters in my house. Riding dirty. You got me riding dirty in the south. You got me riding dirty. Shut your mouth. Riding dirty. Fake G's think they ballin'. Got me turning paper while they callin'. But Lady B ain't coming through. 'Cause player, you ain't paid your dues. Now it's just me and my man. I'm gon' hold them down while I can. 'Cause we gon' make it do what it do. And we gon' keep it riding smooth. Got me riding dirty in the south. Got me hiding gangsters in my house. Riding dirty. You got me riding dirty in the south. You got me riding dirty. Shut your mouth.
All right, that is Miss Lady Bain with World Court Records. She's available on all platforms. Please check her out. Beautiful, beautiful lady. Now, how do you think we're gonna go on to the children being involved? Because when you think about the cheating relationship and all the downfalls and struggles, children also are involved as well. So, how do you think exposure of the cheating affects the children? Anyone can jump in.
It affects the children on many ways, especially if the arguments or the discussions are being held around them. I don't believe a child should be subjected to that. I believe whatever happens between the parents should stay between the parents. And if the breakup is to happen, the discussion should be as a family, not as a one-sided, or your mother was this or your father was that, because now you're tainting the mind of the child. The child has nothing to do with anything. So my thing is, it really affects them emotionally, and it'll break their spirit. It'll break their spirit. So more mature parents would sit down as a family and just let the child know that, mommy or daddy's unhappy and this, that, and the third. I just believe children should be kept innocent of everything.
Exactly. Now, Theresa, how do you feel about that, coming from a woman's perspective?
Denise. Hey, I got you. Coming from a woman's, from seeing it, it really tears the kids down. It does. I've seen it, and I've taken care of my own baby cousins when I was, watching mommy do things that couldn't be doing as well as daddy. But in this case, it was just mommy.
Yeah. So what are the signs that will let you know that they are being affected by this and what's going on between the
I'm sorry. They're doing things that a little girl shouldn't even know about. So they see mommy doing things, daddy doing things with other people. So when they get up to the age, it's not going to be a big deal for them to go do the same thing.
Exactly. Because you feel like that it will repeat the cycle.
It will be a repeat. It will be a repeat unless they're mature enough to say, I don't want to be like that.
Exactly.
Other than that, I watch these kids grow up and they're just doing what the parents do.
Yeah. And see, other signs that you got to really look at too is, just like Mikey spoke of some of them, is like this could cause the child to start having anxiety attack because they feeling that the stress is around them. We think that they don't feel what we feel, but a child can feel and sense that there's something not right. They can feel and sense the tension between the two. And then for mom and dad not to be together anymore, that's a lot for a child to deal with.
I have an example of that, how that affects. I've seen them act out as far as being violent, disruptive, doing poorly in school.
Exactly.
Failing, lying. All the attention they want, but it's all negative.
Yeah. So what do y'all think that how parents that, I guess, without thinking about it and without intention, can sit down with their child to explain this to them?
Oh, say that again.
How do you think a parent should handle sitting down talking to the children when this involves divorce now, when they talking about separating because one of them had cheated? How do you think they should handle it when children are involved?
Man or woman. Man or woman, I think they should be very mature and very responsible. Take their personal feelings out of it and remember how good the mother or the father of a parent they were or is to that child. I really can't I really don't have to go no further than that, man. Just leave the child out of it.
Exactly.
You don't have
another thing that I believe that another thing that gives a major issue in with kids is the parent being so bitter and they're talking about the child. They're talking about the parent with the child. I think that
Yeah.
is just the most bitter thing to do. Like, you let the child figure out their parents are own. You don't want to talk negative about mom or dad to the child, then the child start acting out with daddy, or the child start acting out with mama because, oh, daddy said you a hoe, or mama said you this and that. It is just to be messy. And you don't want to bring your kids into that.
Exactly. And what do you feel about that, Dwight?
I couldn't hear what you say.
Are you still with us?
Crazy water. That's that crazy water.
How do you feel about the situation where the kids are brought in the middle of it?
How do I feel about the kids?
Yes, being brought in the middle. Yeah, being brought in the middle of the altercation with one of them cheating, and they're going to separate.
Oh, that hurt the whole family. It'll definitely hurt the kids emotionally, physically. I mean, I guess adults don't think about the kids when they do things like that. It has a big effect on the family and everything. What Theresa was saying, it affects in school in a lot of ways. So when one person is cheating and they marry and they're about to get a divorce, it can have a big effect on the kids.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, when you because you hear stories where sometimes they bring the
Yeah, I feel that the kids out of that.
Is that Keyshia?
Is she trying to get in?
Oh, okay. I didn't realize she had frozen up.
She froze.
Oh no, I was starting to think. Talking at the same time. No, I just stopped talking because she started talking. I think the kids could be left out of that part of the conversation when it comes to pointing fingers, because you still have to remember that mother and that's that child's father. So I don't think you should put any negative connotation on the opposite parent. Now, to tell the child that you are not going to be together, I think the child should be involved in that. But when it comes to reasons, I don't think that the child should be included in that, because you don't know what kind of feelings that could or pain that could cause that child, and how different they can look at that parent, because they're going to always blame that parent for messing up the family.
Yeah.
100% on that.
Okay, now we talk about how sometimes selfishly people that's cheating will bring the child with them, thinking that the child won't say anything. But what kind of example do they send forth for them for their own future relationship when they put their child in the middle? Because now you bring the child in it because they witnessing, okay, this ain't my daddy, this ain't my mama.
Oh,
teaching them manipulation.
Listen.
You're teaching them manipulation at an early age.
Yep.
You're teaching them how to lie, how to hide stuff, and how to be just straight up dishonest.
Exactly. True. And Mikey J?
Listen, I just people do what they do, but once you bring a child, so basically like this, how many of y'all know a female or a male that would do some malicious act just to piss off the mother or the father by bringing their kid around another woman or man? Mm-hmm. I know people who are like that. We all know people who are like that. And when you got people who are doing that, just like the young lady just said, now your child looking at you like, yo, what the going on here?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Brother Dwight could definitely could catch this one, and maybe even the rest of y'all. How many of y'all always have heard this? Oh, that's just your uncle. That's your godfather.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's your auntie. Like
we know the old school uncle.
Oh, PK back then.
When you're maliciously doing that, it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. Like,
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, I don't think they use uncle no more, do they?
Yeah, they.
That's your uncle daddy.
Yeah, they still got uncles. They still got uncles and aunties.
So when you say for a child when they get older, what kind of relationship are you expecting them to have being exposed to all this?
Oh wow. Wow.
It could turn out one or two ways.
Yeah.
You know, they could have a great relationship because they don't want to be like mom and dad, or they can have that same destructive relationship pattern.
Same attitude.
True.
You know, I would say this. It's gonna be it can go either one or two ways. You can have a young lady with daddy issues, or a young man with mommy issues. And then that's gonna come into relationship issues. Some will be able to battle through the trials and tribulations, and some will actually bring that baggage into their relationship, into the future, into their own future. So it's not a good thing at all.
Yes.
It's not a good thing at all. And 9 times out of 10, that's why a lot of the black homes now are the way they are, because of that.
Yeah. And Tiffany, she says they start to mimic what they see. We as the adults are supposed to set the example of how marriage and family is supposed to be. They should be adults and handle it as such. When the children are old enough, then explain, don't down talk each other.
Yeah. I would have to agree.
Doing that. A lot of bit. I'm gonna say I hear more so a lot of women more than men doing it, because sometimes like that woman is jealous because he went on with his life, and he don't want her back. So they start saying, well, your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't that, your daddy don't love you. When really they need to realize that your relationship and the way things were with you and him has nothing to do with that child.
Nothing.
Him and that child could have a total great relationship, a father and son, a father and daughter relationship. But at the same time, I feel like it's very important too, when we go back to where we saying how the women's supposed to stand and represent themselves. It's not just on women, but these men need to step up and show them how they're supposed to be treated, what kind of man to select and what man to stay away from in order to have something to turn out as a woman.
That all starts with if they have a father in their life. If they have a positive father in their life that can teach them and cultivate them with all that, then great. But if they don't, if they have a best friend, male, or somebody they consider a brother that can tell them that, then cool. But if they don't, then a lot of women are always gonna be, not all women, just a high majority percentage of women are going to be like, oh, your daddy ain't shit. This, that, and third. And that cycle will be forever ongoing because of that. And it's not right that you do have women out there that still do that. Oh, your father this, he could be the best father in the world, but being that she got a problem with him, or your father this, your father that. Now your child looking at you like, yo, why you keep dissing daddy? Daddy's great. Now your child looking at you like you crazy, or he like, yo, so I just think a lot of women out there that's doing that, they shouldn't be doing that. They're actually hindering, they're hindering their child's relationship with themselves.
Yeah, but that could backfire too, because later on, when that child do get to learn that dad, and it turned out that they have the dad is not like what mom says. Now you can cause bitterness in that child's life towards you because you caused me to miss out on something because you had me thinking that daddy was this bad person.
Look, I'll tell you like this in full transparency, man. I got 2 kids by 1 female, and the last time I legitimately seen them, now I raised all my kids, man, like straight up, very young age, but they were with daddy from day one. She met some dude, stepped off with him, whatever the case may be, when they were like 6 and 7, I believe, something like that. At this time, I'm with Bella though. I'm with Bella, and my kids were poisoned. Poison to the point of F daddy. Now my whole family, who would never normally agree with me on really anything, is like, wait a minute, Mikey's may be a lot of things, but one thing, your father is not that. Your father was your daddy. So I personally, I've been through that, and I'm still going through that all these years later. I don't have a relationship with Michael Jr. or Natalia. I don't. And it's not nothing that I warranted. and I can actually say I'm proud of that. My oldest daughter broke it down to her. My aunts, my mother, may she rest in peace, had a conversation because my daughter asked, and the mother blatantly did me dirty by lying to them.
I can feel
I don't
that.
have a relationship with them.
You remind me of my ex-husband because it was the same way with my kids. I didn't never bash their dad to them. So when my son got to be like 19, he wanted to have a man-to-man talk with his dad. So when they met up at McDonald's to sit down and talk, the first word come out of his dad's mouth is, "Your mama this, your mama that." He said, "Wait a minute, hold up." He said, "We're not here to talk about my mom." He said, "Mom never bashed you to us." He told him straight up. He said, "Mom didn't keep us from you. She didn't talk bad about you. She told us when we complained about you, she told us to just pray for you and to forgive you." He said, "But I'm not here for that because mom has done her part in our life." And see, that's the thing that a lot of women don't realize. If you don't focus on self, stop focusing on what he doing or what he not doing. Focus on what your place is with your child. That's what needs to be done. They too focused on, well, he ain't paying this, or he out doing this, or he about this, or he about that. I didn't focus on what he was and not doing. I did what I had to do. Now, yes, he was on child support. I left it there. And that's because he told me, he says, well, because I was going on, he told me straight up. He said, go get some other nigga to take care of the kids. You gonna get mad 30 days later, you got a letter from child support. You gonna question me? Oh, you gonna put me on child support? Well, you told me go get some other nigga to take care of him, so I got Greg Abbott.
Oh shit.
You the option to just help me with the kids, but no, you want to be funny because you feel like you want to control who I'm with and who I'm not.
You said I got Greg Abbott.
I can relate to you, Spicy, on that one because I got told the same thing. But that other man take care of them kids.
Those ain't his kids, you know?
Exactly. They're your kids. And it's like when I divorce him, he make it seem like because you're divorced, we're divorced, you divorced from the kids. So now you don't want to have nothing to do with the kids, but you go take on some other woman's 5 kids by 5 different men.
Right.
And you want to be daddy with them, but at the same time, this is why I say, I don't say I put total responsibility on them, but there's a lot of reasons why my daughter has acted the way she has, because she needed her father there. And this is what fathers don't understand. Y'all are important in these children's life. We can do so much as women, but there's a purpose, just like you have a purpose in that boy's life, you have a purpose in your daughter's life as well. But some things don't come out right because you're not visible and present in that life for her. As a man, you want to say, oh, it's mama. It's your mama's fault. That's because of your mama. It wasn't for, you know, it doesn't make sense. And then you wonder why these kids turn out the way they do.
Hey, Spicy, you know, my daughter, when she first came back around, she did in my mother's house on Victor Street. Well, it was my house. I had a house in the Bronx. And she asked me about her, you know, what happened between me and her mom. And I said, I'm not going to talk about your mother. I said, any questions you may have, if your mother really wants to talk to you, then she'll give you the real.
Yeah.
You came back because you want to build a relationship with me, you want to get to know me, all this and a third, but I'm not going to talk about your mother.
Exactly. And I feel like, in all honesty, I don't know if y'all agree, I feel like even though we're broken up, that it's still not the kids, like you say, business. I feel like it should be, that's between me and your dad. Whatever went wrong, that's between me and him. All I'm going to say, you still love your dad. Your dad's there for you, do this and do that. But that's why I say that relationship is different. My relationship with your dad, that was between me and your dad.
Yeah. You know what's sad, Spicy? That all these years later, I've come to the realization that I will never have a relationship with my kids. So other than, I'm not talking about my oldest daughter and Anye. No, I'm good. But my other 2 kids, I know for a fact I will never have a relationship with them, especially the relationship I had with them from the last time I legitimately saw them. Like Bella told me, you're still living off the 6 and 7 year old Michael and Tally.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the same people.
Okay.
And I had to really, really get that resonated in my head. So, do I want a relationship with them? Like at this point, why? You know, like
yeah.
I got to worry about this 21-year-old, 6'5", almost 6'6", young king in my house. You know, I got another daughter to worry about. So I got enough love to give somebody that wants it, needs it, and deserves it.
Exactly. Now I'm gonna direct this question towards Mr. Dwight, since he been kind of quiet. Dwight, if infidelity is an isolated incident, how can the child's parent able to work it out amicably?
You saying how can the child parent work it out?
Yes.
Well, they can sit there and discuss what's best for the child, because that's what it boils down to. They're not getting along, no matter what's going on. They need to at least come together so that child can have a good life. It's not about her. It's about that child. That's the most important thing, and that child shouldn't have to suffer or go through anything because they're not getting along.
Right.
So
right.
that's that child mentally healthy, no matter what.
Okay. And Dominique, if the marriage can't survive past the infidelity, how can the parents prepare their children for divorce?
How can the parents prepare for cheating after a divorce? Wait, what?
Yeah.
If the marriage can't survive past the infidelity, how can the parents prepare their children for divorce?
Sit like down, like talk to the kids, like, hey, you know, for instance, me, I'd be like, you know, boys, you know, me and mama's gonna, go our separate ways. So, just try to talk positive about it. We'll still try to have like little family times, little family days, things like that. But just prepare them. Just go and tell them like, hey, this is what mom and dad is doing. Just be honest with them. Honesty is key.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna tell them everything, but you can just tell them. You can just tell them that. I'm sorry.
Keyshia?
Oh.
Yes.
How do you think for divorce, how they can prepare them for the separation amicably?
How can you prepare the child for a separation?
Yes.
I think it's just about being as honest with them as possible without putting the blame on either parent, because I guess collectively the parents have decided that they cannot work it out. So I don't think either parent should be blamed, because the child will take that away with them. So be as open with them. Let them know, first of all, that they're loved. It's nothing they did, and that they have support of both parents, because in the end, it's all about the child, because the adults have already made their decision. It's all about the child and them being able to co-parent and provide that child with everything that they need separately.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take a small commercial break, and we're going to come back and allow, because everybody, I've been on for the full month, but we're going to allow Michael J to let the viewers know what he got coming up, how they can follow him and find him. So we'll be back right after this commercial break.
Oh. I lift my hands up like a stick up. I surrender to you. Whosoever. I lift my hands up. I give myself up. I'm a prisoner of you. Put me in the car. Watch out for my head. These handcuffs on my wrist are hurting real bad. Read me my crime. I'm guilty as charged.
Take me to myself. I deserve to go to hell. But I've got a good lawyer, the best public defender. He died for me. But I've got a good lawyer. I'll beat this case by God's love. He rose for me. I lift my hands up like a stick up. I surrender to you. So I lift my hands up, I give myself up. I'm a prisoner of you. I lift my hands up like a stick up. I surrender to you. So I lift my hands up, I give myself up. I'm a prisoner of you. Take me to the hood. I wanna plead my case. I need my best before I see it. Can't do hard life with no one wrong. I'm weak in the knee. I'm scared to lose my soul. But I've got a good lawyer, the best public defender. He died for me. But I've got a good lawyer. I'll beat this case by God's love. He rose for me. I lift my hands up like a stick up. I surrender to you. So I lift my hands up, I give myself up. I'm a prisoner of you. I lift my hands up like a stick up. I surrender to you. So I lift my hands up, I give myself up. I'm a prisoner of you. To the jury of my peers, please hear me. I've been living wrong for so long. Somebody pray for me. I lift my hands up and freely. Father, forgive. I lift my hands up, like a stick up. I surrender to you. I surrender to you. My hands up, I give myself up. You can have me. I'm a prisoner of you. I lift my hands up like a stick up. I surrender to you. So I lift my hands up, I give myself up. I'm a prisoner of you. Let it go.
Okay, so just to let y'all know, as y'all viewing on here, if you have a small business or you have an upcoming event or you became a published author, if you put a video form together advertising yourself, at the end of the video, have your leads, website, and everything. We will advertise it on the show during a commercial break. And Mikey J, we're going to let you tell us a little bit about what you got going on, because I know you have your hands in all kinds of pots. And let everybody know how they can find and follow you and what you got going on.
Better than someone else's pot.
Right?
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I really I love the discussion tonight, being on the panel. Definitely some great brothers and sisters on this panel, man. Like, real talk. Request me on my Facebook. I tried to send a couple of requests, but I couldn't get everybody's names. So currently, I'm wrapping up a few films. I'm wrapping up Keys and Cuffs. I'm wrapping up Colorblind. And I'm about to go into a new production called Hopeless Romantic. I'm actually going down to Maryland to shoot that film. And August 1st, I'm being honored by the Radio and Records Awards down in Atlanta for the 2021 Filmmaker of the Year. And that's one hell of an honor, to be honest. Those that don't know, I've been honored about 43 times for many other things. And as I'm sitting here on my steps in my house, these are just some of the things behind me over there, you know. But that's really about it right now. I'm on a bunch of magazine covers that just got released. I'm going to Cleveland, Ohio to shoot for 2 more covers out there. And when I come back, a bunch of television shows. MTV reached out to one of my PR for a couple of interviews with MTV, Revolt, Fuse. And that's really it, man. I'm just really focused on and I just released a new single, Phenomenon, on iTunes, Spotify, you name it, it's out there. So I'm like you said, I got my hands in a lot of pots, but I'm steering everything in the same direction.
And you answered my question. I was going to ask, when's another song coming out?
Yeah, I Phenomenon is really doing some great numbers for me right now. And definitely, if you go to iTunes, just type in Mikey J Phenomenon, not PHE, but PHA. And it's really generating a lot of buzz. A lot of people are happy that I put out a dope New York hip hop record. And I love y'all support. My Instagram is MikeyJaysig, Mikey J's IG. My Facebook, as you know, I'm on Spicy Gray's page. My Twitter is Team Mikey J. And I really appreciate your support. You guys ever need me to speak at a panel, speak at a youth conference, gang, anything gang related, anything that's public speaking, just get at me. Want me at a toy drive? Want me to donate to a toy drive? Want me to donate some school supplies? Want me to do this, whatever? Just reach out.
Now, I know during this month, the others have been used to me telling a little joke or doing a little game, but y'all probably already know the joke, but I'm going to tell it anyway. So anybody can jump in with an answer. What is something that a male teacher can say in the classroom that he can also say in the bedroom?
This lesson is gonna be good.
KingDee?
What happened?
What happened?
What is something that a male teacher can say to his classroom that he can say also in the bedroom?
A student or a teacher?
A student or a teacher?
No, these are the same thing a male teacher in the classroom that he can say also.
Could you hold this tennis ruler for me?
Let me wrap this up for next period.
I missed it.
Nobody else can say the bedroom. Let me wrap this up before the next period.
Come hold this tennis ruler for me. Hey, yo, I'm done, yo.
Well, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate y'all coming on. Make sure you tune in next week as we're talking about the heart for two, a man being in love with 2 women.
But why you gotta look like that? But why you gotta look like that?
Next time I put one with a gun on.
Why you could be 300 pounds, Spicy?
Yeah.
Do not make on the presentation.
So make sure y'all
presentation is everything.
Yes. Tune in next week as we discuss that. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is Spicy Gray and the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Y'all have a blessed week. Much love.
Can they hear me?
Everybody's muted.